Welcome to Lehman Turner Arena inside Grace Hall, where we bring to you Lehigh University versus Army. We got a good one for you today for Salute to Service Day, brought to you by Weiss, Scott Hovan, along with Steve Rohn. We're looking forward to a good one. What are you looking forward to today, Scott?
Well, Army's coming in fired up. Last year, this dual meet came down to the last bout, and it was won right at the end. So they're fired up. They're looking for a little payback. Lehigh wrestled well last night. They're looking for that same team to come out and be very competitive again.
All right, let's take a look at the matchups for today. We're going to start with the 174-pound bout, where you have the number 25 ranked Dalton Harkins from Army taking on Thane Lawrence. 184 pounds, Jacob Guilfoyle for Army. Lehigh, Caden Rogers. 26 ranked Wolfgang Frabel at 197 pounds for Army. And number 6 ranked Michael Beard for Lehigh. Number 16, Lucas Stoddard taking on Owen Treffen of Lehigh. And to round out the top 5 here at 125 pounds, number 25 ranked Charles Farmer taking on 14th ranked Sheldon Seymour. Scott, what do you see there? What's the matchup you're looking for here?
Well, Army won the toss at weigh-ins, and they got to select the weight class. They chose 174 because they believe they like the matchup there, and they like it at 165. We're welcoming back Wolfgang Frabel from Wyoming Sem and from the Lehigh Valley there. He's going to have his hands full tonight against Michael Beard.
Yeah, as he did last year. All right, rounded out the last 5 here, you have a PA guy, number 20th ranked Ethan Burgeon from Army taking on Matty Lopes. Richard Trainer for Army, Carter Bailey, Lehigh, 141 pounds. Trey McDaniel for Army at 149, taking on number 26th ranked Malik Hines. And at 157 pounds for Army of Dakota Morris, and number 24th ranked Logan Rosinski. And the final bout, number 17th ranked Gunnar Filipovich taking on Richie Grungo at 165 pounds. Scott, what are you looking for here?
Well, I think Coach Santoro is looking for that on the back half here. Those lightweights wrestled very well yesterday to continue to do that tonight against Army.
All right, well, we got a good one for you. Number 24th ranked Army taking on unranked Lehigh. We'll be right back to bring all the action to you.
The only change that we're going to see in the Lehigh lineup, they wrestled American last night. They won that match 36-6. Caden Rogers came out, got pinned right at the end with a heartbreaking loss, but apparently he's a little bit ill. Caught something during the day and affected his ability later in the match, but give credit to the American wrestler. He found a way to win, and here we are right where Army wants to be at 174. They like their chances here.
Yeah, you mentioned that in the opening, where Army won the coin toss and they elected to start at 174 pounds. As you said, they believe they're favored at 174 and 165. So to start it off right, and hopefully in Army's eyes to end it where they want it to be at 165 pounds.
Both wrestlers really just kind of feeling their way through this in the first 45 seconds of the first bout here. Beautiful day outside. You get to look out the Grace Hall windows here. Great day for a wrestling match in the Lehigh Valley.
Yeah, a lot of wrestling going on in Lehigh Valley, or later tonight we will have the District 11 finals for you. But Lehman Turner Arena still packed, even though that wrestling is about to get started, the semifinals, where there's 2 big matchups over there at Freedom.
Yeah, we have a full house in here today. Great crowd on a Saturday afternoon. Little ankle pick possible attempt there by Army.
And you're right, such a different contrast with high school and college, where in college you see those heavy hands and really weighing on each other and trying to get a feel for each other, where in high school they're just going at each other, typically trying to put up as many points as they can. And you see obviously many more mistakes in high school, but in college you do not see as many. And when guys do make mistakes in college, they put themselves in big trouble, especially with the new rules with scoring. I've seen more technical falls than I've ever seen.
Yeah, and I was thinking about that last night. I was watching the Penn State-Iowa match after when I got home, and you know, would we see as many technical falls and major decisions this year if they didn't increase the takedown to 3 points. And if they didn't change the near fall and neutral danger rules, I think putting those rules in place has made it much easier to get major decisions and technical falls.
I would agree with you 1,000%. And it almost becomes more of a challenge to pin a guy because you're scoring so many points. You don't have that opportunity to kind of wrestle yourself into the match and then work for your fall, because before you know it, you're up 12 points. You're definitely seeing more technical falls and guys really going after scoring points.
Well, speaking of points, we got nothing on the board yet. It's 0-0. A lot of respect towards each other here. Nobody really making a full commitment yet to a leg attack. A lot of hand fighting.
After the first period, a lot of hand fighting, a couple half shots, but score is 0-0. Harkins will defer. Lawrence chooses bottom to start the second period.
If you're Army, this is you got to come away with a win at this match. If you want a shot at beating Lehigh, this is a very important match. And again, last year that dual meet was super tight up at West Point. Talked about our military earlier. For those of you listening out there, on February 16th, Navy travels to Army up at West Point. If you haven't ever seen an Army-Navy wrestling match, you want to get up there and see that. Those two academies.
Yeah,
when you talk about importance of a win, you could go 500, but if you beat Navy or Army, you're good.
Yeah. 41 seconds of riding time for Harkins. He was committed to that ride, a couple mat returns, but Lawrence continued to get to his feet and finally escape. 1 minute left here in the second period. Not a lot of action. Oh, really poor shot there by Lawrence, or great footwork by Harkins, and he's going to secure the 3-point takedown. That's what I was talking about. In high school, those shots don't get penalized as easily as they do. Kind of a shot from space there by Lawrence, and Harkins was really waiting on it and hit an easy go behind. I always like to say this over and over, Scott, the #1 takedown in the sport is a go behind, and I think it's one that is so undervalued because there's nothing really flashy about it. Oh, great high C there by Lawrence. See if he can finish. 20 seconds here.
Lawrence with the escape, trying to convert to a takedown on the edge. They run out of mat space. They're going to start back up neutral. Yes, go behind, spin behinds. Very effective way to score. From a fan's perspective, I think it's boring.
Yeah.
You know, if you're going to throw in a cement job and throw somebody over to their back from there, that's much more exciting. I would rather see great leg attacks and finishes. But you're absolutely right. You know, if you have a great front headlock or spin behind, let's take a look here on that last exchange. Drops right in beautifully, counters Lawrence's attempt, and comes right behind there for the double leg there, secures it from behind. We're talking about that go behind. When you have a good defense, you have a good front headlock, Steve, or you have a great go behind. What that can do for you, though, is your opponent is gonna be less likely to shoot as often on you. So it helps your game better.
Yeah,
right?
Absolutely. Escape there by Harkins. He's now up 4-2, and he looks to almost be turning it on and putting that pressure on. And we did talk about this. These Army guys are gonna come at you for 7 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, look at him. You could tell that he is in shape, both of these guys, especially Army, and they're going to fight right till the end. This is an important match for either team to win here, probably more so for Army.
And you see the difference with that go behind, how easy Harkins got the takedown, and Lawrence was in deep on a beautiful high C, unable to finish. And the sport really has changed so much over the years with all the funking and diving under and getting those legs, and it's just so difficult. No matter how deep you're in on a shot, it is hard to finish against the best guys.
Well, and that's what makes video review so important. Like, if you're a college wrestler and you are not studying film on your opponents into detail, it's going to be difficult to be successful at the highest level.
At 30 seconds left, 4-2 Harkins. You're going to see there's a stall call, but Lawrence just needs to turn it up here, set up one good shot, one finish, and he wins the match. 15 seconds to go here. Lawrence has to clear these hands. Harkins doing a great job keeping good position. Does have a stall call, but another one giving up a point is not going to make a difference here. And Harkins is going to walk away with a 4-2 victory, getting Army off to the start that they were looking for.
Yeah, nice leg attack there by Lawrence, but a little bit too late. Needed to hit that earlier. Nice win for Army, taking the first bout in this dual meet. They're up 3-0 as a team.
There we had a couple shots. Coach Ward there wrestled at Oklahoma State in his 11th season, coaching Army West Point. Has done a great job with this team.
Yeah, and I spoke with Coach before the match, and he was saying to me that if you could come away with a win against Lehigh in this environment, he goes, that is a big win. Talked about how he loves coming here to compete in front of the knowledgeable fan base. And he says it's tough. And that type of environment helps to prepare his wrestlers for the postseason.
Yep. All right, at 184 pounds for Lehigh, we have Caden Rogers, who is 8-5 on the year, taking on Jacob Guilfoyle from Army, a first-year wrestler at 8-6. Both PA boys. This is going to be one that really could determine the match here. 8-5, 8-6. Neither one of these wrestlers are ranked, but for the dual meet purposes, this is going to be a match, and we're going to talk about this in a few of them, where you have guys that are ranked, down in the 20s, 30s, or unranked guys just outside of the rankings. These matches are going to go a long way to determine who wins this dual meet.
Yeah, I think, I'll say this, but, I'll probably eat my words, but this is the type of dual meet where I don't think you're going to see too many falls. It's going to be a lot of closely contested bouts for the most part. Rogers with a front headlock here. Seeing if he can convert from here. He's got it locked up real tight.
You heard the Lehigh bench wanting him to look to score there, but he was almost looking to get that stalemate and get back neutral and get to work.
At some point when you're in that front headlock and you're squeezing hard, you got to relax a little bit so that you can make an adjustment, even get your partner to react a little bit, and then counter that little bit of release of pressure. So nice underhook. He goes for a cross knee pick. Guilfoyle does a good job of stepping back out of that.
That's something I learned from the late, great Ray Nunemaker, my high school coach. And it's instinct. Someone sticks out their hand, it's instinct for you to stick out your hand and shake their hand. But when you're squeezing somebody really tight and then you release, it's instinct for them to kind of relax. So using that, like you said, as a setup to kind of readjust yourself to score some points, it is something you don't ever see because you're not out there wrestling it, but it's something these guys are constantly doing. Using those different pressures. Minute left here in the first period. No score again. Both guys just kind of feeling each other out. Rogers looking to dig in that right arm underhook again.
Both wrestlers in very good stances, staying in great position here. A lot of hand
Oh,
fighting
nice
going.
shrug. Good transition from that shrug from Rogers to a single leg. Guilfoyle doing an outstanding job fighting this off. 20 seconds in the first period here. Oh, great job by Guilfoyle. Now he actually is in a better position. Has that ankle of Rogers, putting a lot of pressure. 5 seconds here. And we are going to end the first period again. Second match in a row with no score, but some action there at the end. Here you take a look at this sequence, Scott. There's the shrug by Rogers.
Good shrug. Had that hand posted there on the shrug for a quick second. Nice single here. Thought he has it right in great position here. And tries to do a crackdown here and ends up in a bad position where he gets squared up here and isn't able to score from here at the end of the period. But great transition wrestling.
Absolutely. During our first time out of the match, Lehigh Valley Orthopedic Institute wants to remind you to take time out for yourself each day. And if an orthopedic or sports injury is keeping you from doing what you love, make an appointment today at lvhn.org/ortho or call 833-LV-ORTHO. All right, back to action here in the second period. No score. Rogers chooses bottom.
Rogers with a great solid base here. He's got to get himself up there. Nice little Granby roll. Great job there by Guilfoyle, just rolling with him.
More blood time here.
Yeah, that's not a fun injury to have, blood time, because then they're going to throw those plugs up your nose, right? And if you have two of them in there, now you're forced. Some of your oxygen supply on the intake is cut off, so now you're just breathing through your mouth instead of both. That can affect you throughout the length of a match.
Yeah, like you said, the oxygen is so important. Obviously, you get two of them, one up each nose. You're breathing through your mouth. That hurts you, but your muscles need that oxygen for 7 minutes. People who have not wrestled for a full match don't realize how difficult it is for these guys and what they put their bodies through to be able to do this for 7 minutes.
Well, I guess if you got two plugs up that nose and you're running out of gas, you just kind of maybe rub your nose and throw one out, catch a little break on the side, take some blood time, I guess, and be a little smart. You don't think any wrestlers would do that, do you?
No, I've never seen that happen.
I've never seen any wrestlers ever get close to the edge of the mat and stick their hand or foot on the floor, right, to stop the action either.
Nope. I've never, well, years ago, you used to see guys untie their shoes just to take their little breather and then read time, but you can't do that anymore with the rules, right?
I still would love to see a rule instituted where, all right, out of bounds is questionable, right? If you end up on the floor and you step on the floor or touch it, should be a point for the other wrestler. I'm not talking the out of bounds line, but you're going to be out there 5-6 feet from the edge and go off the mat. Somebody throws you off the mat, you should get a point for that. There were some close calls last night at 84 pounds in the Penn State match. Carter Starachi against his opponent got hit for stalling twice on the out of bounds line. Kind of a little questionable, but not. And that ended up 3-1 in a very, very good match. Probably closer than a lot of people expected, but overall, Penn State really dominated that match overall.
Yeah, that's the fourth, now fifth Granby roll here for Rogers, but he's really not clearing his hips when he hits that Granby. He just kind of hitting the Granby and staying where he's at instead of Granby and turning. Guilfoyle doing a nice job. He has over a minute of riding time now with 50 seconds left in the second period. Still no score.
I like Rogers' base. He's got a very solid base, but it's pretty much useless unless you get to your feet. Get to your feet, make your opponent take you back down to the mat. And if you can't cut out, at least possibly you can hit him for stall.
Yeah.
And once you get hit him for stalling once on top. Next time you get to their feet, they're going to give up a little bit sooner.
Yeah, Guilfoyle really keeping the pressure on here. 20 seconds left in the third period. Has a minute 43 riding time, and there that plug came out quite a while ago.
Yeah, you can see 2 splatters of blood right at the bottom of that L in front of the referee. And we see the coaching staff here and the trainers from West Point tending to their own athlete, but obviously just giving him some water.
I wouldn't be surprised to see them wrap up his nose around his head very soon, which you see oftentimes, and then now you have the blood coming out through that tape, but at least you're not having all these stoppages here. But giving Rogers a fresh start, this is really important for him to get a point here at the end of the second period. See if he goes to something else besides those Granbys. Because I agree with you, he was in that quad pod for a long time right off the whistle in the second period. Right here he is again, but he never does. There's another Granby attempt. I mean, at some point you think you're 0 for 6 with something, unless he's setting something else up. But he was just never able to clear his hips. Guilfoyle doing a great job. 2 minutes of riding time for Guilfoyle. He will choose bottom in the third period. No score, but Guilfoyle has 2 minutes of riding time.
These two wrestlers grew up pretty close to each other. Guilfoyle only a freshman, Rogers a sophomore. Rogers from Lancaster, PA. Guilfoyle from Harrisburg, PA. 2 Pennsylvania boys battling it out here. Great match strategy for Guilfoyle in the second period here. You got a 0-0 match. Get that riding time, right? And if you can collect that riding time and keep him down and not give him the 1-point escape, right now, if he gets out on bottom, that's essentially a 2-0 lead.
Yeah.
So we got to see what's going to happen here in the third period.
Now, I would expect Rogers to try and erase some of this riding time, but cut him as he gets closer, like take some of that away, because he knows he's got to score a takedown here. But just scoring the takedown, he's going to have to ride out that the rest of the period in order to walk away with that quick escape.
Wow, what a very intense snap down.
Yeah, and Rogers going right back to that right hand underhook, looking to work from that position. But Guilfoyle, also a longer wrestler, does a great job. Now he buries his head.
You know, nice attempt for he went for that earlier, that knee pick, and loves these underhooks here. I'd like to see. Oh, he's got the body locked up. I'd like to see him drop into a near leg single, snag single there.
Oh, he's got both knees behind.
Is he able to limp that arm out here? Grab that near ankle, limp arm out.
He's trying. He's transitioning down to that foot. He
puts it up.
That.
Yep. He's in great position here. And he picks up the takedown.
Great job by Rogers. Now Rogers up 3-1. So he has to ride him for another 40 seconds, or else it will be a tie match with no other scoring here in the third period. Rogers knows what he has to do. He's got double boots in now. Oh, and he's got it flat.
And you can hear the crowd here at Grace Hall Lehigh Lehman Turner Arena coming to their feet. They're getting fired up.
Well, they know how important this match is to the duel. Lehigh looking for a stall call on Guilfoyle. Riding time is down to 6 seconds. It looks like Rogers is going to eliminate that, so an escape does not tie this match here. And you hear the crowd getting crazy for this match. 10 seconds to go. The Lehigh bench on their feet. Coach is very happy. Big victory for Caden Rogers, 3-1.
Standing ovation.
We're only in the second match, but they know that was a big one for this dual meet for this team.
Absolutely, Doug, I'm thinking, all right, Stevie. You were talking about a spin behind.
Here's
very
that takedown,
essential,
Scott.
right?
Talk us through this.
You see, when he shoved it up on the hip there, that allowed him to bring it up high and come around the back. Excellent. We talked about transition wrestling. That is transition wrestling, well done. Talked about spin behinds. When you're down and you're losing, you're probably not getting a spin behind because your opponent isn't going to shoot on you.
Not going to take bad shots.
Rogers executed perfectly. He needed to get in on a leg, and he made it happen. And I'll tell you what, great wrestlers score when they have to score.
100%.
And he did that. And that was a big victory because now we got a 3-3 matchup. That was almost looking like a 6-0 lead for Army.
Yeah. All right, we're going to move on to 197 pounds. We have 2 ranked guys. Lehigh, number 6, Michael Beard is 13-1 on the season, taking on number 26 ranked Wolfgang Frabel, a Southern Lehigh kid who wrestled for Malvern Prep, 16-7. They have met in the past. Last year, it was Michael Beard who won by technical fall over Wolfgang Frabel. So another big one here as far as bonus points is concerned for both teams. Frabel wanting to limit those bonus points and Beard wanting to repeat or even tack on another one with a fall.
Yeah, and I believe that Frabel wrestled for Wyoming Sem.
Sorry, yes.
Malvern Prep wrestled this morning and in a good duel meet against
Del Barton.
Del Barton winning that bout this morning. Or no, did Malvern Prep win that this morning? I think it was, yeah, Malvern Prep won that, but Del Barton recently beat Blair Academy.
Yeah, last night. Yeah, but 30-29.
So that happened before we got here this morning, the little pre-match. And like you said, Wolfgang Frabel, well-known name in the Lehigh Valley here.
His younger brother is currently wrestling for Southern Lehigh, a very tough kid. I believe he's a sophomore, really starting to come into his own as well.
Yes, and
great
I spoke
sweep single here.
And that's where Beard is so tough. He has such smooth shots for a 197-pounder. And this Lehigh crowd, this Lehigh community here, and the staff and the programmers is really going to miss Michael Beard when he's gone. He's been a great leader in this program. So spoke with his father, Rick Frabel, who wrestled for Deerhoff High School. Let's just say he didn't have the best gas tank in high school. But there you see Beard there with a tilt, almost a bar and wrist tilt, but it was more of grabbing the bicep.
No swipes, though.
Didn't get enough for a 2 count.
I'd like to see that one again. Not sure how he didn't get at least 2 swipes there, but referee says no.
Well, we didn't see a brick from the side, so that tells you that it was very close enough to not warrant throwing a brick, although why would you waste it here with Beard? Pretty confident he's going to go out there. So Rick Frabel wrestled at Deerhoff, had a great career, went to Bloomsburg. All the boys wrestle here, and he's in the crowd tonight, and he said, you know, Wolfgang's having a great season. He's young, and he just wants to see him kind of close that gap a little bit.
Yeah, big, tall, very put together. Oh, what a great, that was all pressure there. You saw Frabel just kind of like take that little stutter step forward. Beard cleared out, lowered his level, easy takedown there.
You know, and you saw Beard look over to the bench there before he reached back and grabbed the ankle. I think he was thinking of letting him up one more time, and that's not a bad strategy. He's going to pick up, Wolfgang is going to get called for stalling on the bottom here. And Beard does a nice job of just hooking that ankle, keeping his hips flat. Looks like he's trying to work maybe a cradle, but I think he's just keeping himself busy here till the end of the period with 10 seconds left.
The Lehigh crowd looking for another stall call, and they get it. 1 point Beard. First period, Beard takes the lead, 7-1 with 1:46 riding time. Frabel defers. Here's this tilt. 1, 2, yeah, I would think normally you would get 2 swipes, but I could see where he went 1 and maybe got another 1. But very close, I would agree. That's why the brick didn't come out here.
There you saw that leg attack so quick. When he decides to commit himself to a shot and go 100%, he is very difficult to stop.
You'd love to see him be able to do that for 7 minutes, though. Like you see a guy, Mitchell Messenbrink, who just doesn't stop because Beard is so explosive. he really sets up his shots very well, but sometimes he does hang back and doesn't let himself just go freely and do that for 7 minutes.
Yeah, and he's got to find his pace.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know that there's many people in the country that can match his bar. At 97 has a pretty high pace. You saw against Rutgers, he tech-falled and scored, what, 22 points in the third. It was 0-0
right?
going into the third period and had a tech fall.
Another takedown for Beard.
And, you know, that's what I would stay with here. Unless he wants to try to work on top a little bit, get a tilt, but he's probably looking for the technical fall here. Wolfgang is a pretty tall wrestler for 197. So making him stay low is going to tire him out a little bit.
Oh, there, easy go behind. Kind of a half shot by Frabel. Beard makes him pay with that half shot. 14-3 lead, 35 seconds to go in the second period for Beard.
Michael Beard is just so tough. He's been a top 8 wrestler his whole career. You know, he's been in the top 8 every year his whole career, even higher at times. He's 6th now, and he's showing why he's a returning All-American and dominating like he is on his feet here. 17-3, minute of riding time, 11 seconds.
As we said, this was a technical fall last year for Beard and looks to be headed that way. 17-3, 2 minutes and 11 seconds of riding time for Beard going into the third period, and Frabel taking neutral. Here's this takedown. It's one, yep. Little fake shot to a club. Frabel just dives in and Beard gets an easy go behind. One more takedown here will do it for Beard for the technical fall. Oh, what a
super smooth head outside single.
Just too much. Beard just had the pace, the angles, the pressures. Technical fall, 21-3 for Michael Beard. We're going to step away before we get to the 285-pound bout. Lehigh, after 3 bouts, leading 8-3. Goddard, who is ranked number 16 in the country at 11-3. Treffin transferred up here from NC State, ranked number 6th in the country. Comes in with a record of 14-0. Great leg attack here by Stoddard early on. Treffin looks comfortable in this position, though.
These two not unfamiliar to each other. These two met over 2 years ago, back in November of 2023, Steve. Stoddard winning by major decision back then, 17-4.
Wow.
Now that was 2 years, 2 months ago. And Owen Treffin is a much different wrestler now, ranked 6th in the country.
Yeah, with the injury to Taylor, opened up a spot here, and Isaac Trumbull down at NC State. Treffin transferred up as a grad transfer, steps right in here as the starter, and really doing a great job for the Lehigh Mountain Hawks.
And you rarely see a mid-year transfer at Lehigh University, but boy, did they love that he's here. And they had a little bit of a logjam at heavyweight at NC State, and Owen Treffin found a nice home, and I know Papalizio is very happy for him that he's here and he has that opportunity to compete. And how great would that be if he ends up having 2 All-Americans?
Yeah, right.
One at Lehigh and one down at NC State. Good match last night.
Yeah, with North Carolina, came down to the wire. And Treffin, Stoddard was in on a deep shot, but Treppen just looked so relaxed and comfortable in that situation, and he really stayed relaxed and comfortable in that situation the whole time, and easily was able to get himself out. We're under a minute here left to go in the first period. No score for the, I can't say fourth bout in a row, but third out of 4 bouts. No score. Both guys really respecting each other. Great shot. Shot to the back leg there, though, did Treppen. 15 seconds to go here in the first period. No score. There will be, for the third out of our 4 bouts, no score in the first period. Be Treppen's choice. He will choose bottom here in the second period.
Normally you don't, most of the time you start at 125. Pretty cool for Lehigh, right? They're going to get 3 straight bouts of top-ranked wrestlers, right? A number 6 and number 6, and then Sheldon Seymour coming up right after this at 125. As you saw the big boys go right to the edge, and did you see the reaction out of all those sitting there in the front row? They saw their life before their eyes.
And as we mentioned, Lehigh, for the first time in a while, they escaped from Treppen. Unranked as a dual meet team with a lot of the injuries, and Stanich redshirting this year, moving up 2 weight classes from last year. We had a great season at 125 pounds, competing at 141 pounds this year. Lehigh staff wants to see Treppen pick up his pace and work more angles. What a room and partners for Treppen to come into, with workout partners, with all the coaches they have here, the big guys, and then with the LVWC as well.
Yeah, it's kind of been a little bit of heavyweight university here for the last few years, and Taylor really coming on strong, a very good wrestler, kind of getting himself healthy for next year, and they look forward to having him back for possibly 2 more years.
A lot of hand fighting here. 30 seconds left in the second period. Treppen with the 1-point escape, only points on the board here. They're really starting to open up a little bit, and you hear the coaches wanting to see him continue to get Stoddard out of position.
I got one eye on Zach Ray on the bench there. You can see him. He keeps, hands keep moving here.
After 2, Treppen up 1-0, Stoddard's choice, and he will take neutral. Interesting. Only 1 leg attack where Treppen was able to fight it off pretty easily. But respecting Treppen's top game is Stoddard. Double collar tie, Stoddard hanging, just trying to wear on that neck, back and legs of Treppen.
And you talked about that go behind a little earlier, and this is exactly where you want to have one, right?
Yeah. Well, and he transitioned from a go behind to a single. And he does score the 3-point takedown right on the edge. How athletic are these big guys to keep that foot in there by Treppen? Outstanding, outstanding job on a long distance shot by Stoddard. Go behind attempt to a single.
Excellent mat awareness, and Great finesse for a big guy. Look at that back arm. Holy
We used to call
moly.
that is now illegal in high school. We used to call that the milkshake. You ever hear that called that?
I never did. I like it though.
That was the move from a former Nazareth heavyweight state champion, Steve Italy, if you remember Steve.
Oh, yes.
That is pretty much, besides a big
Well,
mauler.
Steve was a two-time All-American down at American University, wasn't he?
Steve, no. Steve wrestled at Lock Haven.
Lock Haven.
But I don't believe he ever was an All-American, but he was a state champ at Nazareth, and that was, besides he was a mauler, he had the milkshake.
The milkshake.
And it is now illegal in high school wrestling because of that. If you as you lift the guy and kind of almost chin him back in the air, you can really hurt somebody's neck there, which is why they did that. Treffin gonna walk away with a 4-1 victory. As we talked about, transition that go behind to a single leg takedown for the victory.
Very impressed with that takedown at the end. He could have just kind of hung out with a front headlock and here you go. But no, it's a 1-0 match. I'm going to make it 4-0 and does a great job here. Look at that foot right in on the edge. That is great finesse and mat awareness for a 285-pounder.
Yeah,
and we go from one side, we go from the giants now to the lightweights.
So interesting that Stoddard would choose neutral there against Treffin, down 1-0. And here we are, though, at 125 pounds. Lehigh up 11-3. Number 14 ranked Sheldon Seymour for Lehigh, and number 25 ranked Charles Farmer. Another big match as far as this duel goes, but Lehigh has seemed to gain some momentum here and looking really, really good. Seymour, Lehigh, Farmer, Army. Let's see if we can get the little guys putting some points on the board here like Beard did at 197 pounds. Here at 125 pounds. Seymour, a very explosive wrestler. Very put together, but he's also very tactical. He really kind of picks his spots, but when he goes, he's very explosive.
Yeah, and he looked good last night against American University. And he's looking to keep that momentum going here. And this is where you really want to start picking up your pace, getting yourself ready for the postseason.
Yeah.
Hit that next peak when you get to March.
How about, we were talking about a little bit before we came on air. How about, well, great leg attack there by Seymour.
Awesome job of getting to the angle, getting really far behind there on that angle. I'm a little surprised that he's not actually trying to step over it and go for the far hip or the far ankle there. A lot of battling in there when you're more squared up and out front.
Yeah, great job by Farmer. It looked like Seymour was trying to shelf it. He's just unable to do that, but Farmer doing a good job clearing out. And we were talking, as I was saying before, Lehigh's got a great high C there from Farmer. Seymour got his hip sucked in trouble. 3-point takedown for Farmer. Minute 15 to go in the first period.
Yeah, he transitioned very well from that head outside single, locked his hands right up around the thighs there. Keeping those hips locked in, very difficult to get to a sprawl from there. That was a really textbook takedown there.
Yeah, Lehigh bringing in some good guys here. A local guy from Bethlehem Catholic, Keanu Dillard, coming in next year. You got a room with Seymour next year. You have Crookham, Stanich. They're going to be
Matty Lopes.
Yeah, Matty Lopes stepping in here at 100. What a great room to really build and grow as a wrestler here. at Lehigh, these lower weights. 3-1, 30 seconds to go here. Farmer with a takedown, Seymour with an escape. Looks like Farmer wants to wrestle more from distance, trying to like use his length, keep Seymour away.
Don't forget about Mason Ziegler,
Yeah, and
also
Ziegler's,
freshman
yeah,
from Quakertown, state runner-up in Pennsylvania. Nice shot there by Seymour. Couldn't quite get those hips underneath him.
Now it seems like he's struggling with the length of Farmer a little bit, is Seymour. A shorter, stockier guy. Seymour using that length. Here is that leg attack. Scott, talk us through as he locks his hands.
Right there around the hips. You can't go anywhere when you secure it right there.
No. Really good job of sucking those hips in.
Maybe want to start thinking about maybe a down block where you get that leg back a little bit quicker and not allow them to keep those hips in so close. But 1 point escape here.
As we mentioned in the opening, the depth of this Lehigh team. I mean, we just mentioned 6 guys for 3 weight classes over the next couple of years. I mean, what a great opportunity for so many of these guys to come in here and compete and get better with each other.
Well, you know, would Pat Santoro agree with that? Right? I mean, you're not even ranked in the top 25 right now. So you need better depth, a little bit better, but the future looks bright. I know, when you say that, I think about Penn State, and I'm thinking, well, what about their depth?
All their guys are healthy right now, right? But they...
You put a team together with all their backups, what would they be ranked in the country? Would they be ranked top 25?
Probably, right? Good job defending there by Seymour, but he's got to find a way to get through that length of Farmer. 30 seconds in the second period, 4-1. Farmer with the lead. Seymour will have the choice. Oh, great transition there.
Wow.
Takedown. Seymour, see if he can ride him out here. 4-4, 15 seconds to go in the second period.
What a great adjustment from Seymour. He recognized that when he goes to his leg, he is awfully difficult to take down. And he went head under there a little bit and found that that's a much easier way to secure a takedown. Great wrestling by Seymour, very intelligent wrestling. You know, he's been on that leg so many times, and he goes for it, and then he feels it. All right, head under there. So easy.
He just seems like the type of wrestler who picks his spots very well. Didn't panic down 4-1. Oh, he's going to cut him, was Farmer. Seymour said, nope, I'm going to dive right in here and look to get a reversal. No points awarded yet, so riding time still building for Farmer.
I'm surprised they're not counting, waving. Oh,
there's
they gave the 1 point escape.
Nope, there's the reversal. 2-point reversal. That's right. Like, Seymour is just so tactical, picking spots. They're looking for a stall call, or the Lehigh fans and bench. Seymour up 6-4, minute 30 to go here in the match. But Seymour seems to just keep getting stronger and stronger as the match goes on here. Now, Scott, do you think that's something Seymour felt earlier in the match? We talk about how guys are feeling each other out early. He was in on that front head and arm, and instead of just taking the stalemate, he must have felt something where he had low leg ankle attacked and got an easy takedown.
Yeah, I think it was a lot of feel. He ended up having his head underneath, and the position just felt so easy for him that he took it. He took what was there. Is that going to be there again for him if they end up neutral? But right now, he's been riding pretty tough, accumulating riding time. He's up to 47 seconds. So at this point, he wants to get that minute of riding time secured.
Yeah, that riding time will be huge. Ride him out if he can, but that riding point would make a takedown. It would make this a very difficult match here.
Well, he's got a Navy ride against the Army wrestler here. Flips him over, but still secures his top position here, and he is tough on top, Seymour.
Yeah, that riding time, if Farmer could escape and get a takedown, he would still win the bout, but it doesn't look like Seymour wants to give Farmer that opportunity. 25 seconds to go. Back to the center of the mat are Farmer and Seymour. Minute 21 riding time. 2 more seconds and that will be secure, that riding time point.
What's been impressive about Seymour is, you know, the match probably didn't go the way he wanted in the beginning in terms of scoring points, but he's just been so patient throughout the whole match there. Waited for his opportunities and really turned it on here in the second half of this match. And that's what you want to see out of your athletes.
5 seconds to go here. Seymour riding out the third period, securing the riding time point. 7-4 victory. Lehigh has a 14-3 lead at the halfway point after 5 bouts. We'll be back after a word here. 133 pounds, Matty Lopes, first-year wrestler, 4-0 from Danbury, Connecticut, taking on the 20th ranked Ethan Burgin, a junior for Army. Again, a Hempfield wrestler, state champ as a junior, 3rd place, and Burgin right in on a double, but Lopes funks out of it. See if he can get through here and try to funk again. Wow, I didn't expect to see that. Lopes' athleticism. Burgin hit a great double.
Yeah, don't stop wrestling, and that's exactly what Matty Lopes is doing. He's continuing to wrestle through all situations here, and now he has Burgin in trouble. If he can hook that back leg and get that cross face, break that grip. Burgin now recovering nicely.
Lopes would be happy for a stalemate, and he's going to get it there. 9.5 times out of 10, I'm going to say Burgin gets that takedown. Here it is again. This blast double, gonna get that. Oh, and Lopes just tucks, rolls right under. Very impressive there, Scott.
Yeah, very quick and cat-like. Came right off his back there and created a nice flurry for himself. You know, that's one of those situations where you get no points, but you really won that situation there.
Yeah.
Matty Lopes won that scramble, even though he didn't get points. Most people would have given up that 3-point takedown there. So Matty's got to get to his shot.
So let's talk a little high school and tie this into Lehigh. Ethan Burgin, a Hempfield, I'm not sure if it was Hempfield or Hempfield area, but a former Lehigh wrestler has got Hempfield area on the rise in PA wrestling, and Nate Cody. Remember Nate Cody? He wrestled back in the early 2000s. Toughest PA junior high tournament in the state here at Bellefonte. Hempfield area, Nate Cody's the head coach. They took 2nd place out there, only losing to Norwin. Nate, a great guy, a guy I knew personally. He wrestled with my brother here at Lehigh. But
I helped recruit Nate to Lehigh. Great kid.
Now he's Hempfield area. I'm not positive. We'll have to look that up to see if Burgin was Hempfield area or just Hempfield. The difference I know is Hempfield area is black and red, and Hempfield is the blue and white. But Nate Cody, a former Lehigh wrestler, head coach there at the junior high, doing an outstanding job, and he's going to have that team at the top of the state in no time with what he's doing.
Well, I'm guessing he's coaching on a Saturday afternoon, but typically if he is watching, I would probably get a text from him and he could answer that question for you. So right now it's been a little bit slow moving here. Still 0-0 in the third. Lehigh winning this duel so far, leading 14-3 over West Point.
Burgin is from Hempfield area, the Hempfield area Spartans. Yeah, I think Burgin kind of is going to be a little bit more strategic in his attacks because he had what looked like a sure a short takedown. But Lopes showing that athleticism. After the first period, no score. And I apologize, I just got a text from my son, Scott. It was not Bellefonte, it was Northern York, where Hempfield area took second. That's the second toughest tournament. Well, let's put it this way. Bellefonte usually is the toughest tournament, but there was some weather, only 19 teams. Northern York had 28 teams, where Hempfield took second to Northern, at the Northern tournament, sorry, to Norwin. But yeah, Bellefonte and Northern, those are the two top junior high tournaments in the state. But Bellefonte had some teams have to pull out because of weather. Only 19 teams, where Northern had 28. But still, what a great job Nate Cody is doing there for Hempfield area, building that program at the junior high level. Think about that. If you could have a former college wrestler running your junior high.
Come on, that impresses you? Didn't you have Mike Frick, NCAA champion from Lehigh, coaching the junior high at Nazareth at one point in the past?
We did. Mike Frick, where did he wrestle in college?
Yeah, Lehigh.
Yeah, sure did.
There you saw the coaching staff from Lehigh, Zach Ray, Brad Dillon, Pat Santoro, giving instruction as they're waiting to clean up the mat here. A little bit of slappy going on there, right to the whistle,
and testy at the end of the first period.
You know, the fans get a lot more fired up about that than the athletes. But these guys are a little bit settled down now, returning back to the center. There you see the Lehigh bench in the background. Brad Dillon, assistant coach, been with Pat Santoro the whole time. When Pat went to take the job at Maryland, Brad went with him. It's been his assistant ever since. And talk about loyalty and a great working relationship. So here we are, back at 133 pounds, second period. Lopes on top of Burgeon from Army, trying to pick up some riding time here. Burgeon's going to get the escape with cutting the riding time to 18 seconds. Something's got to break here between these two. I'd have a hard time believing nobody's going to score a takedown in regulation.
Yeah, Burgeon came out firing with that blast double. Lopes did an outstanding job kind of funking through, rolling through that, and Burgeon really hasn't kind of pulled the trigger since. Oh, there is that attack we were looking for, but Lopes again doing a great job.
So one of the things I noticed here with Matty Lopes, he's really heavy with that right hand on the head. It gets locked up in there, and that's his shooting hand, right? You got to keep that shooting hand moving. You get that locked up, you're not going to be able to leg attack that. And even if you shoot with your left hand, you're going to be shooting with one hand.
Right. He's
got to clear that hand somehow. But give Burgeon credit too, because his defense has been pretty effective so far.
40 seconds to go here in the second period. Burgeon up 1-0 with the escape. Lopes will have choice in the third period. Lopes seems like a very kind of fluid, smooth, slick kind of guy. Seems like when he decides to go or feels something, he's going to score pretty quickly and easily, just because of how smooth he flows.
Oh, beautiful duck under by Burgeon. He's getting in on that double again, and Matty Lopes just so quick to react.
Hey, he just flows so well through all these positions. End of the second period. Lopes' choice, Burgeon up. Let's take a look, Scott.
Beautiful duck under there to a double. See how he crosses that face over right there, clears his hips. His reaction to leg attacks is very explosive. Lopes, good job getting to his feet here. Wants to stay right here, be patient. Good strategy here, maybe trying to get him hit for a stall call, but you don't want to waste too much time there. You're gonna have to get out. Good mat return.
Yeah, Lopes doesn't seem like he's in a hurry. He's really trying to be methodical here. I'd be surprised to see Burgeon not get hit soon. Ref looking for locked hands possibly on these mat returns. There's the stall call. 45 seconds of riding time though. He's gonna have to go, is Lopes.
At this point, you might as well try to get the second stall call because you need 2 points to win this match or to tie it up at least.
Burgeon's gonna get the riding time. There's the 1 minute.
We see the brick thrown out by Coach Dillon here. I'm surprised they haven't stopped the match. The brick's on the mat, and they haven't. I guess they're going to let the action go. I think we're going to see another stall call coming at some point.
And the brick for locked hands. They're going to take a look with 18 seconds left. This is a big call right here. This locked hands call. One minute of riding time secured, 18 seconds to go in the bout. If the locked hands is called here and Lopes is able to escape with 18 seconds left, he will walk away with a 3-2 victory. Because the riding time is secured here for Burgeon. So technically he's up 2-1 at this point. 18 seconds to go. You see Coach Ward and Coach Green talking to Burgeon.
Now it'll be interesting to see how this plays out if there was locking hands prior to this.
Now in college, how much of a reaction time do they get here for locked hands in college? There's the brick.
So locking hands, obviously, if that's what they're looking at, occurred prior to that brick being thrown. They're reviewing that right now. If a locked hands call was awarded and Manny Lopes goes up,
he's up. It would technically be 2-2.
He would be up 2-1 on the scoreboard.
But the riding time point is secured.
You've got to ride him out to go to overtime.
Yeah.
Manny Lopes would then have 18 seconds to get out. So we're taking a look right here. There's hands down on the mat. You cannot lock your hands from the top position.
There's got to be some sort of reaction time there, though. You know, on a mat return, you bring them down, you get that split second to break your hands.
Well, and you know, you only have so many angles to view it from here, so they're limited in terms of what they're able to see.
You saw that was Coach Dillon there that really felt. He looked back at Coach Santoro. Coach Santoro said, I don't know. And right away, the brick went out. Brad Dillon felt strongly that the hands were locked on all those mat returns at some point.
Well, a win here would bring Army within 8. It would make it 14-6. So this is a big time match in terms of the team score if Army wants to get back into this duel.
And taking this long, I mean, it almost has to be pretty obvious, I would think, in order for them to make this call and give the locked hands awarded to Lehigh. Now, this is not just the two referees making this decision. There is somebody looking at this alongside with the ref. Here's the call. No locked hands is the final call. .18 seconds to go, 1-1, but Burgeon really has that riding time point. 2-1, Lopes has to escape to put this into overtime.
seconds. Lopes not going to be able to escape a 2-1 victory for Burgeon. What a battle.
Credit Burgeon, smart wrestling, good win. At the end of the day, you got to be able to get out on bottom. You can't rely winning on the referee making a stalling call point, especially a third call in probably expecting him to make a third stall call in 1 minute and 10 seconds. You've got to wrestle. You've got to get out on bottom.
All right, up to 141 pounds for Lehigh. Carter Bailey, 10-6 on the year, taking on the 28th ranked, unranked, 12-4 on the season, Richard Trainer, senior from North Carolina. Bailey from California. Yeah, and that's one thing you see, Lopes, a first-year wrestler, he's going to learn you have to be able to get out on bottom at the collegiate level.
And that's probably one of the biggest things that freshmen struggle with coming into college, is getting out on bottom against the more experienced wrestlers. And the other thing is finishing takedowns on your feet.
Well, underarm spin for Bailey.
He's kind of getting choked out a little bit there, but
he's going to get the takedown.
He threw the leg in here. I'm surprised they haven't awarded 2 yet.
3.
I wonder if this is going to be called flea in the mat. Is that flea in the mat?
There's your 3-point takedown. I would think that should be also called. He walked almost from the center of the mat to the edge.
And I see Zach Ray over here.
What a great job.
It's kind of talking a little bit about was that a chokehold or not?
Well, Bailey was signaling it there.
But good for Bailey. Found a way to score from that situation.
Something, again, you would not see in high school. They do not allow you to throw that leg in and be up off the mat, but in college they allow you to wrestle through that. A minute into the match, Bailey up 3-0. Again, both wrestlers here unranked. Bailey 10-6, Trainer 12-4 on the year. Oh, great mat return there by Bailey. He's riding tough here, building riding time. He's at 45 seconds. Minute 15 to go in the first period.
These two met earlier in the season, back in early November. And it was Trainer with the victory, 10-4. So right now it's Bailey in the lead 3-0, trying to reverse his loss from earlier in the season and get a victory here today.
Yeah, interesting. We expected to see the 28th ranked Braden Basile for Army, but maybe that's why Trainer weighed in and they are sending him out here with a victory already over Bailey. But Bailey looking in control of this match. Minute 30 riding time, 30 seconds left in the first period. Has double boots in. Trainer flat on his belly. Gonna get a fresh start with 19 seconds to go is Trainer. Great crowd here at Lehman Turner Arena on Salute to Service Day, presented by Weiss markets.
15 seconds left in the first.
Bailey gonna ride out the first period. Has over 2 minutes of riding time, taking a 3-0 lead into the second period. Gonna be trainer's choice. Here's that underarm spin. He's able to clear that arm. You'll see him kind of point, tapping out, getting choked out a little bit, but able to relax and pull that arm off.
And you know, that really wasn't trainer's fault.
No.
He kind of cranked that right into his own chokehold with that arm spin.
Yeah, he did. A great job. We didn't see it there, but great job of Bailey keeping his foot in to be able to secure that takedown as Trainer was trying to walk off the mat. Trainer deferred. Bailey takes bottom. Very early here, within 10 seconds, we get a locked hands call on Trainer. Bailey going to have a 4-0 lead. Optional start for Trainer. He's going to give the escape. Settling down here. Not a lot of action in the second period. A little over a minute to go. Bailey definitely seems more comfortable on his feet here than does Trainer. Looking for that left arm underhook. There's the underarm spin again for another takedown for Bailey. Bailey learned something the last match in that loss, 10-4 to Trainer. Twice he hit that. Trainer gonna get an escape with 30 seconds to go in the second period here. Bailey up 8-1.
Pretty fun to watch that arm spin. He hits that super fast.
Yeah, and he clears that right arm as the underarm spins to go up almost like a seatbelt, which is interesting because at first glance, the first one, I thought maybe we had a Merkel situation where Trainer was going to get a takedown, but that arm was clear. Headed into the third period, Trainer's choice down 8-1. Here's that underarm spin. Let's watch it again.
Notice he didn't get caught underneath in that chokehold.
No.
Released right at the end.
You know, a lot of times guys hit that underarm spin and they kind of stop there, where Bailey just kind of hits it and kind of is pressuring right in.
Trainer elects to go neutral in the third period, decides not to go bottom. I'm a little surprised by that decision. It's 8-1, 9-1 with the riding time. Hasn't gotten turned on top. Why go neutral?
Yeah, really hasn't shown much aggression or really.
And you've already given up the riding time,
yeah,
right?
Yeah.
So.
Really all we've seen out of Trainer is he's looked to dig that left hand underhook. Stall call on Trainer, trailing 8-1. Riding time not quite locked in just yet, but we're getting close. Trainer would have to score here.
I was a little surprised by that stall call. He still was on the mat, about another 3 feet from the edge. I thought maybe they would wait till he got closer to the out of bounds line there.
Yeah, I wonder now. Riding time is locked in. Trainer really hasn't shown. There's that left underhook in it, and there's that underarm spin again. I'm going to guess that left hand underhook is what caused Bailey to lose 10-4, and he came out expecting it again, and he scored twice off of it. But yet Trainer really hasn't shown much offense or moving forward here either.
I think the crowd makes an impact here too. At the when you got the crowd behind you. jawing at you the whole time for stalling. It's like being a parent when your kid keeps asking you over and over and over and you say no. Eventually, sometimes they wear you down.
Yeah, right? 20 seconds to go, 8-1 Bailey. Doesn't want to give up any points here because he does have the riding time for the bonus major decision. Another takedown there for Bailey is going to do it. 11-1 with the riding time. It'll be 12-1 Bailey, major decision. 18-6 Lehigh with 3 bouts here to go. Great sportsmanship by Bailey here on Salute to Service. So thankful for all the men and women that serve in our military. Coach Santoro, they have to be really happy with what they've seen so far in the first 7 bouts, Scott.
Well, they're winning a lot of the close ones. You know, Army, you look at heavyweight, it's a 4-0 match there. Goes to the 3rd period for the takedown. 7, then you go to 2-1 with Matty Lopes. You got a 4-2 match with Lawrence, right?
Yeah.
Winning at there. So
yeah,
Lehigh is winning a lot of these close bouts, which most people would expect them to. Last year, Army was winning a few more of those, and it came down real close here. Malik Hines at 149 pounds, bumping up this year from 141. Favored in this match, but McDaniel comes in with a pretty impressive record here, so this will be interesting that they see. If they want to get back in this duel, though, they need to get a win here at 149.
Yeah, not just a win, they got to pick up some bonus here. You got 26th ranked Malik Hines, 10-4 on the season, taking on Trey McDaniel, 22-7 at 149 pounds. Great reshot here, no points yet. Hines got to look to shelf that leg. Oh, cradle opportunity for Hines. He's got it locked up. Still no points.
I'm really surprised that he let go of that cradle there. He had it tight.
Gonna call this soon. Foot's on the. Gonna let him keep wrestling. Yep, there it is.
Put that foot right on your coach's foot.
Absolutely.
Good wrestling there.
Yeah, really good feel. Hines in on a nice shot. McDaniel hanging his head. He came right to a near side cradle. He had it, but he was a little hesitant to run right through it. A great leg attack by McDaniel.
Wow, great lift there by McDaniel.
Takedown 3 for McDaniel. Really great transition to get his hips in there and lift. And once he had Hines in the air, he was pretty much defenseless.
Do we see the stall calls on bottom coming the other way here, possibly?
Well, you know, this is always interesting for me. They have that short leg up. Now Hines did a great job of sitting on that hip, but they have that short leg in there. Like, to me, you know, if they're not working, what are you going to do when your hip is lifted off the mat and you can't really move there? It's always an interesting call for me.
Hines almost gets his hips across, but rolls through here. Let's see if he can get some height, come out the back door. They're going to call this a stalemate.
30 seconds to go in the first period, 3-0 McDaniel.
And if you're the top wrestler there, why not just keep funking and rolling, because you just picked up 54 seconds of riding time.
Absolutely.
Malik Hines right up to his feet here, comes right back down to the mat, trying to pick that ankle.
$20 seconds to go in the first 20.
Oh, nice kick over,
Oh,
and
he's gonna
goes
get
back the
one
other
with
way,
the-
and now he's going to end up
takedown.
picking up
He
a...
just gave him a reversal. No escape, takedown, reversal. Interesting there.
He had the clear. He cleared for an escape, but he's so darn quick.
Yeah, here
that,
it is.
That space, he went right into his shot, and you know what? So look at how he transitions back, goes right back in on the leg there.
Yeah, definitely no break.
Great chain wrestling, right from the hip overs right to getting it on that double.
3-2, second period. McDaniel chooses bottom. Hines gonna want to, he didn't want to work some of that. He riding time off. 4-2.
Oh, Malik snapped him right into his leg there. Nice job.
Oh, good job. I saw that one coming. Hines is just he's so crafty there. 3-point takedown. Hines, 5-4 lead with 1:15 to go in the second
Looking
period.
for a near side cradle here. He keeps
Absolutely.
holding on to that leg.
Lift and Turk. He's got a lot of options here with this cross-face series. Go corkscrew here,
Yeah, you
and he
don't see
does.
too many corkscrews in college.
No, you do not.
He's got to watch himself.
He's got some
Hines
backs here, though.
I had a feeling he might give up the reversal, but he picked up. Did he pick up the 4 near fall?
He got 3 near fall and 2 reversal there. Brick comes out. Interesting to see what Coach Ward is questioning here.
Is there a head scissors possibly? Zach Ray on the white there, on the right with the white shirt. Malik Hines, sometimes you just can't coach a kid like that. These situations occur so fast, and he hits his move so quickly. That's what makes him a really dangerous wrestler.
Yeah, he was so relaxed and comfortable there where it looked like he was going to give up a takedown, and then he kind of sat right into an inside switch, picking up that takedown. Now here's the back points here. See if there was a head scissors. Nothing yet.
I mean,
There's your
you
backs.
can argue that he has the arm lock. No, I didn't see
I
anything,
don't see anything there
I'm
either.
not sure what exactly.
What they're questioning.
Are they questioning whether or not it was back points or not?
I mean, he was bridged up, but I don't know that he was bridged up high enough to not be giving up back points. I don't know what they're questioning here. Going to be interesting. Well, they're questioning how many back points, whether it was 2 or 3. Definitely 2 there.
Well, I think they're questioning whether or not he got the back points because the brick was thrown by Army. So I think the question is, did he even have him there long enough and hold him in position for a 2 count? And that's a good brick throw.
And watching the refs talk, they are talking about how high he was off the mat. It looks like they're going to wave the back points away.
When I watched
they're
it
going to
on
give
the
the brick
screen
back,
here,
so
I could see how this was not back points.
there you go. 2 near fall,
Here, you
not
take another
3.
look at this here
1,
now.
2, 3. I don't know how they changed that call.
From that angle.
Yeah, I
That
mean,
looks
you saw a
absolutely
swipe.
like a 3 count.
Yeah, 100%. But they did change it. Army gets their brick back, only 2 back points, so it'll be 7-6. Hines on bottom
So they gave it a 2 swipe.
instead of 3. I didn't see it, but
I mean,
quick switch again
we'll
for
see if
Hines.
that brick call saving a point could come back to help him out later in this bout.
Still getting riding time here is McDaniel. There's your reversal. We're going to see another
They
brick
don't want
come.
the reversal here. They're throwing
There's
the
the
brick
brick,
again.
yep.
They might have an argument here.
Yeah, I would agree with this one. I didn't agree with taking a swipe away, but
Well, the only thing we don't know is, was that live when they showed the review there, or was that in a little bit of a delayed or slow motion?
what I'm counting though is
With the back points.
I saw his hand go up. There's one, you know, and he doesn't have to finish his swipe. Like, we're not hearing what he's saying just because what we're seeing isn't what he's hearing or saying. Interesting.
Here's the thing. For a referee to reverse his decision,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Yes.
I mean, he had to see something that he believes. Now here's this scramble situation.
That's where the 2 was awarded right
And
there, the
they're
reversal.
saying, right, that if you can't see it real well, but you can see he's got that ankle there, but he didn't have it at first. I like the reversal call here.
I do too. I feel like he felt, it almost looked like he had that Turk, but he didn't. His knee was just kind
I
of.
feel like he reached up and grabbed the leg for
And the
leverage
hip was on
to
the
keep
mat.
himself from going more towards his back than he did to prevent him in any way from getting a reversal. So we'll see what they call here. But 2 challenges back to back here at 149-pound. Team score, Lehigh in the lead here, 18-6. 3 bouts to go. Army would love to make this duel much more competitive. And this would be a big win for Trainer. I'm sorry, for McDaniel.
This would be huge. He'd still be on top. He'd get the riding time back. That's what's interesting. They're going to have to look at this because they'd have to give McDaniel the riding time back here as well. Not just take the points off the board. They'd have to give him the riding time back that Hines was accumulating, which was over 50 seconds.
I think he was in control here. You know, where was he going, McDaniel?
Here it is. Here it is again.
So right here.
Call on the mat stands. It is a reversal. He had his ankle, hip pinned to the mat.
Comes inside the near arm.
Call stands. 9-6 after all that, Hines. This has been a fun-filled match here as there's another milkshake suckback.
You love it, don't you, milkshake?
We were not happy that got banned. Gonna ride out the second period is Hines. 9-6 victory, or I'm sorry, 9-6 lead going into the third period. Hines' choice. Riding time right now, not a factor. Optional start. McDaniel's showing optional start here.
This is where you like to see Hines in the third period on his feet, creating situations that can maximize his explosiveness. And this is what it's like. Think about that. Takedown, ride out, you got a major decision.
Yeah. See if he can get his hips in and lift again, and he's looking to.
This is where McDaniel has to finish hard. Right? He's got to finish hard and fast.
And he looks like he's going to, and he does. He learned from that previous time where Hines sat to his butt for that inside switch. He felt it coming and got his leg out of the way, which was able to help him finish that takedown. Now, interesting, Hines up 10-9, 35 seconds of riding time right now for McDaniel. If he rides this out, this will be going to overtime. Oh, reversal for Hines. 12-9. Just got it a little loose there. Did McDaniel.
And riding time is eliminated, any possibility of riding time. So Malik Hines going to wrestle right on the edge here, kill the clock a little bit.
16 seconds to go, 12-9 lead for Hines.
Definitely want to ride him out here, stay behind the hips, get him flat. Now you put yourself in a situation, you give up a takedown with 13 seconds left, you lose the bout. You got to ride out there at the end, and you got a stall call against Hines here on the edge.
Yeah, 7 seconds. That stall call's not going to hurt you.
Now, might as well work the edge.
That will be a 12-10 victory for Malik Hines at 149 pounds. Lehigh in control of the match with 2 to go. We will be back right after this.
Lehigh fans remember him losing 5-2 to Kasich in the duel back in December on December 8th. Brzezinski's a good one for the Mountain Hawks, and he's got a bright future ahead of him here.
Yeah, Brzezinski really, as a first-year wrestler, wrestling really, really well. At 157 pounds, 12-4 on the year. In on a nice single. Head chest up here, see if he can finish. Very difficult to do. Uh-oh, he's in a little bit of trouble. He's got to get that. Oh, he did get that right arm through here. Brzezinski able to slide that right arm through. He was caught a little bit. He got some funking and rolling around. Morris has the height, though.
Yeah, Brzezinski's got to stay out of these scramble situations, but I feel like if he can, he's got a pretty good shot of possibly even getting a major decision, in my opinion, although tough to put up a lot of points. I think he's got big upside potential, Brzezinski. Right now, these guys have just been countering each other. We'll probably end up in a stalemate here.
Yep.
Got to get to those finishes a little bit quicker.
Minute 15 in, no score. Lehigh has the duel secured at 21-6. Our 2 final bouts here, 157 and 165.
Both guys just kind of hanging out here.
Yeah, not a lot of action here. A little upper body tangling, but nothing really feeling each other out. See if one of them kind of creates some action here with a minute to go in the first period.
Latest NCAA rankings on January 26. Penn State #1, Iowa 2, Oklahoma 3. Looking ahead to February, Iowa is going to wrestle Oklahoma State. The battle for second. That's going to be a great match.
Bout.
Ohio State in the #4 position. Northern Iowa, #5.
Yeah, incredible. Yeah, the parity in wrestling, especially when you get out to the national championship, some of these, programs you don't get to hear a lot about, just incredible. Incredible wrestlers all over the country. 5 seconds to go in the first period, no score.
One EIWA school ranked in the top 25 dual meet rankings.
That Cornell.
You're looking at them on the screen.
Army.
Army. Wow. Lehigh comes in at 26, which, you know, under the other voting, receiving votes. So they're one spot. They'd be in there, and 26. Navy would be 27.
Brzezinski chooses bottom. He's got Morris in trouble a little bit. Does Brzezinski? He's got him in big trouble on his back. Looking for the fall is Brzezinski. He's got it tight. There it is! Big fall, Logan Brzezinski. Brings
And
the
he
crowd
is
to
getting
his
them
feet.
fired up.
Zero bout. Here it is. He had his hip trapped here. Morris just hung on for too long, and he's in trouble. Look at that, how he has that neck. He was.
And that's the key right there, right? Getting that elbow up off the mat, and you would know that better than anybody. Your Uncle Don Roan, when he would teach that, is you got to get that elbow up off the mat, right? Take a little fight out of him.
Absolutely. We head to our final bout here at 165 pounds. It'll be Richie Grungo, first-year wrestler out of New Jersey, 14-8, taking on the 17th ranked Gunnar Filipowicz.
And this is the second highest ranked wrestler for West Point coming out here. Filipowicz ranked 17th against Grungo. Looked pretty physical last night in his win against American University. Army likes their chances here. They're down 27-6 in the final bout.
A little excitement there at 157 pounds. What a fun wrestler he's going to be to watch for years to come here at Lehigh, Logan Brzezinski.
Yeah, they're really excited about him too. He's a heck of an athlete, and he's just a competitive. He's a competitor. The guy wants to go out there and wrestle and win.
What did you say the score was with him and Kasich?
5-2.
5-2. Yeah, I was at
he held
that
his
match
own. Now
there.
Kasich sometimes doesn't always pull the trigger as much as
Right.
you may like
He'll
to see him.
build
He
the
does a
lead
lot of reacting,
Yep.
right? Like last night he dropped in off of his opponent's shot.
Nice go. Oh, no points awarded. It's got to be three there. Oh, he's
Almost
still not
stacked him up
nothing.
there. Is he going to get this? Oh,
Oh.
Peterson roll right at the end here
Wow.
from Army, and he's got him on his back here. He's got the 3-point takedown, and he's got a 4 count for 4 points.
Wow. That changed in a hurry.
He's got that Turk hooked up here. He's trying to, they didn't release the back points yet, but I'd be surprised. I don't know why they didn't, because he didn't turn him with a Turk.
Agreed. He's saying he still has his leg trapped. There they are.
I think the West Point staff over there, they're just kind of have their head in their hand there for a little bit frustrated. But
you know, last match here, I don't believe that they competed the way that they expected to here today. What a turn of events. It looked like Grungo was going to have a takedown, and Filipowicz ended up reversing it for 3 and 4 to take the lead 7-0. Just under a minute to go here in the first period.
boy, getting back to the last match, I really like Brzezinski. I see a lot of upside potential there. I think he's better than his 24 ranking. I think he could end up a little bit higher than that by the end of the season. If he continues to get better, he's got till mid-March, right? Early March. We have the EIWA championships here at Lehigh University. You got to perform well there, and if he can gets to nationals, and
would be a great experience for a first-year wrestler at 157 pounds to get out there.
typically you see a lot of freshmen hit a little peak, and by the end of the season, it's a long season in college. They don't typically peak at the end of the season. But if he could continue to keep getting better, I think he's got tremendous upside.
End of the first period.
Boy, we went
Filipowicz,
from a lot of action.
Let's take a look here. Here's what looked to be a takedown right here. Filipowicz rolled through, and he ends up in a Peterson for 3 takedown and 4 back points. Incredible turn of events there.
For Army.
Yeah. 7-0, second period. Filipowicz out on bottom. Gets the escape. Has a minute 41 riding time as well.
The coaching staff has to be somewhat pleased, though, at Army with their performance against Lehigh. I know they're coming in 24, and this is a very closely ranked 2 teams, but they've competed very well.
Yeah.
They lost a couple close ones.
There's a takedown for Filipowicz.
But they get a major decision here. You're looking at a 21-10 final. This match isn't over yet, though. It could be.
He's got to be looking for a technical fall. Up 11-0. He's got a lot of riding time, almost 2 minutes here.
Boy, and so so competitive in the beginning there with Grungo, and then you're down 7-0. That just got to change the whole way now that you're wrestling to try to come back.
Yeah, it looked like he was going to be up 3-0, and now he's down 7-0. That's a 10-point swing, and you know, sometimes that does take a toll on you mentally. But with these points, you know, if you can shake it off and get to work and just keep scoring those next points, which he just does.
Hey, with these two, don't ever award a takedown till it's officially awarded, right?
No, so much action here.
So
Get the
2 points.
reversal.
Yep.
Got an escape, a takedown, and a reversal. And almost some high flying news there. These two are really going at it.
I love his name,
Yeah.
Gunnar Filipowicz. Great wrestling name there, and I'll tell you, he brings it.
Yeah, he's definitely exciting to watch. 10 seconds to go in the second period. 13-4 Filipowicz. 2 minutes and 30 seconds of riding time. Headed into the third period, up 13-4.
Really like the way, though, Grungo is wrestling, right? He's down a lot, big time, 11 points, and he's still fighting. He got a takedown.
Here's that
He's
exchange.
down on bottom.
There's the takedown. And
Look
the reversal.
at the movement by Filipowicz. He just does
Did not stop.
I mean, you put his back against the wall, and that guy continues to keep fighting and fighting until he finds a way to get in a position that he wants.
It's an escape for Grungo. 13-5.
Hey, you put me in enemy territory. I want Gunnar Filipowicz with me.
Absolutely. Yeah, that as you're explaining what you saw from him here. Uh-oh! But again, no points surrendered. Filipowicz is finding ways.
This might be one of the best 13-5 matches we've watched.
Another takedown, 16-5 now with just over a minute to go.
You could throw in Wolfgang Frabel, too. That kid's a fighter. He got handled today by Beard, but there's no shame in that. Beard is a heck of a wrestler. It's good to see Wolfgang back in the Lehigh Valley here. He wrestled at 197 pounds. Local wrestler from Southern Lehigh and Wyoming Seminary. Nice shot there, right on the edge. Let's see if he can score here. It's kind of running out of mat space here. 40 seconds left. Nice job by Grungo.
Oh, interesting. I thought as he kicked out, he came back to compete there. I was surprised he got the stalling call there. 16-6, 37 seconds to go here in the final bout of the afternoon.
You know, if you're Grungo, you want to get that last takedown here, right? And I expect him to shoot and go for it. 3 minutes of riding time, basically.
Up 11, yep. Really 17-6 with that riding time.
Great counters.
There is that takedown with 10 seconds to go here. 19-6, really 20-6 with the riding time. Major decision for Filipowicz. Lehigh controlled all the close matches here. What a great battle here. We'll be right back to wrap this up for you. Lehigh victory over Army.